An American Airlines flight.
This building is where the
hieroglyphics react differently under fire.
This is a fucking crazy glitch in the Matrix.
There's a whole civilization living inside the Earth, right below our feet, okay? And we're talking massive underground cities, hidden from us forever. I know it sounds crazy, but stay with me here. I was talking to someone, let's just say they're close to some government sources, and they laid it all out. You ever wonder why we don't drill deeper than a few miles into the Earth? It's not because we can't, it's because we're not allowed to. There's this ancient race down there, advanced, way smarter than us, and they've got technology we can't even dream about. I mean, think about it. How do you think all these UFOs, sudden sinkholes and volcanoes are connected? They're controlling it from within, right? I've seen diagrams, seriously, maps that aren't supposed to exist. It's all interconnected. And okay, remember a few years back when all those people just vanished at national parks? No bodies, no leads. That wasn't nature, folks. They went down into the earth. How do I know? Well, my neighbor, gone one day here.
Wait, what? So your neighbor went into the tunnel systems too? I definitely seen the diagrams and maps too. Oh my god, your neighbor. Oh my god. What are we gonna do? How's your neighbor? Welcome back, goons. You're watching Explore the Weird. Hey, I have some more creepy, weird, strange For You page content. Let's get right into it. Yeah, let's go to the mountain.
You can...
It's a car, right? Wrong. On the trunk of this car, a rat has frozen to death.
Okay, so I recognized this location, and I'm here to report. It is still there. Someone put a penny on its back, though, which is sweet.
Wait, it's not a wishing well. You don't just throw pennies at it and the problem goes away. You got a rat problem, New York. What are you gonna do? Actually, you got many problems, but regardless, your pizza's pretty good. But Connecticut also has good pizza. Never mind, don't come after me. Everyone's got pizza that they prefer, and actually Detroit style's pretty good. Wait, how did this turn into pizza? Am I hungry again? God dang it, we're looking at rats, Teddy. Why are you thinking about food? I'm sorry.
Oh, I just heard about the Hello Toothpaste class action lawsuit, and let me get in on that because I almost had my whole shit rocked.
Oh my goodness, well looky, it's almost like somebody tried to tell you multiple years ago, but nobody listened. If you guys don't know, Hello Toothpaste was a toothpaste that made some, well, claims back in the day, and they got in a little bit of trouble because of it, and it was all over this little thing called activated charcoal toothpaste. So basically, if you didn't know, back in 2019, really early on in my early days of doing this, I've been educating you guys for multiple years, I started to notice people came in all the time with very, very sensitive teeth, more than normal, because we would polish glue off and people would be like, and I'd be like, what is going on? Finally, I started asking them, what toothpaste are you using? And they all said, I'm using this new activated charcoal toothpaste. And I said, oh my gosh, what are you doing? If you guys don't know, there's different types of toothpaste. There's, obviously the fluoride toothpaste, and even we have our own nanohydroxyapatite toothpaste, a lot of technology. Anyways, these ones were charcoal toothpaste, and they claim that they whiten your teeth and all, and add all these detoxifying benefits and all these types of things. But if you guys don't know, activated charcoal toothpaste or charcoal powders, I tell you guys, stay away from a 10-foot pole because it's like brushing your teeth with a light sandpaper. They whiten your teeth by abrading your enamel, wearing it away. I love you guys so much, and please stay away from the charcoal toothpaste.
Oh, wow. See, I never knew that, and I've seen the toothpaste that have charcoal in it still being sold, so I'm like, hey, wait a second, did not everyone get the memo? Now you goons got the memo. Hey, do the things just in case. You never know. But yeah, is charcoal worse than fluoride? Should they have also tested the fluoride once? Where's the lawsuit for that? Don't come after me.
What do you think the world will look like in the future, post-collapse? Terrified people scrounging for food and running from bandits? Rampant disease, infrastructure breakdown, all the stuff from the movies, I guess. So no internet? I wouldn't think so. No electricity, no running water, no sewage, no hospitals? Probably not. Got it. So what I'm about to say isn't an opinion. It's not a matter of personal philosophy or politics. It is an objective fact that what you're describing is how virtually all humans have lived through all of history. Until, that is, about 30 years ago. Just in the time I've been alive, somewhere between 2.5 and 3 billion people got their first access to clean water and toilets. That's billion with a B. Worldwide, infant mortality has been cut in half. Illiteracy has dropped almost as much. Basically, every positive category has skyrocketed. Access to communication, paved roads, motorized transportation, international travel, climate control, medicine. I'm talking about how your entire lifespan has been spent in a literal reverse apocalypse. I'm talking about billions of people who lived in what you would consider post-collapse conditions, having had those conditions remedied, gaining access to roofs and lights and safety. A human's chances of dying from famine or natural disasters are as low as they've ever been, ever, in the history of the species. It has been nothing short of a worldwide miracle that makes everything Jesus supposedly did in the Bible look like party tricks. And people like you and me and others in our demographic describe that state of affairs as the world being on fire. I think that's a bizarre mass delusion, and there's a very specific reason for it. We've been trained to cling to a miserable view of the world, to the point that we think not seeing the world as miserable makes us bad people. I'm not crediting this miracle to capitalism or socialism or any other kind of ism, but to the fact that it's what humans do because humans are amazing. And it's all invisible to us because this progress occurs behind these dark walls of cynicism, outside the black box of doom. That was from a book called I'm Starting to Worry About This Black Box of Doom. You can get it at any bookstore or go to bit.ly/box of doom.
Okay, I didn't realize he was going to plug his book in at the end. But regardless, this is, I'm turning on this guy. I'm like, hey, I understand his thing is like, hey, everyone loves nostalgia. Everything was better in the past. And he always comes with facts going like, everything's better now. Like, so the past was so much worse, 100%. Hey, it's your timeline. It's whatever you want it to be. But like him trying to push his like, hey, everyone be positive and do all the things type thing is like, oh my God, dude, simmer down. Simmer down. Not everyone's going to see it your way. Everyone is entitled to their own opinion. Just because you see more positive outcomes and positive news doesn't mean the negative isn't also increasing. You know, there could be a lot of negative things that are happening as well. But yes, this is interesting, and only time will tell if we truly are in a post-apocalyptic or going into an apocalypse. There's many questions here. Only time will tell.
Apparently, there was this show in Britain that they were doing, and they were going to take 7 civilians, and they were going to train them to be astronauts in 3 weeks, and then they were going to send them to space.
Whoa.
What they didn't know is that it was all a prank.
Oh my gosh,
but
that's awesome.
They did actual auditions, all on camera, making them do the most ridiculous things like skin white suits and doing like yoga poses and stuff like that, because they're making episodes out of it. 3 weeks goes by, they're doing like physical tests, written tests, all these things, and then they get prepped. And they go inside this shuttle. They are up there for 5 days. They've got screens that are showing their travel.
Oh my gosh.
They're all looking at it. There's even a point where they say they're in front of the planet Uranus. And they have to do a pledge. And they literally say, I stand before Uranus.
Oh my
And so they're
God.
just making content and stuff. And then on their 5th day, they prep them for this like one spacewalk. And then when they open up the door, they walk out and it's a live studio audience.
Oh
Dude.
my
And
gosh.
everyone's completely shocked. Some people are laughing. Some people are angry. It's like, I just couldn't believe they pulled that off. I think that's I don't know
That's
why.
amazing.
I don't know why we don't do fake reality shows more. It's so
That's
entertaining.
awesome.
Ethics, maybe.
Wait, why does this sound like something that has really happened in reality, where they got a few individuals that then told them they were going to a place that was above our skies, and then they came back from that place, and then they were really told the truth, and then they were disappointed on what really transpired. Oh boy, sounds like the moon mission's 100%. Sorry, but this feels very easy to do, and I feel like it's been done. It's 100% been done. You can control people very easily. It's much easier to control less people than more people. It's a thing.
A white girl with a nose ring to tell me what planets are making me sad.
Would you settle for an Asian guy with no employment? The answer is Earth. Earth is that planet making you sad.
Wait, why did he need a girl to tell him what? Asian guy was fine. Hey, are you sad? You stop being sad. Earth can also make you happy. Go do some grounding and positive affirmations. It's a thing. It's a thing. There's many things.
Y'all remember the missing kids on the milk cartons, accompanied by the Got Milk commercials? Why is there milk on their mouth? A bunch of kids on the milk? Why is there milk on their mouth? Missing children on the milk? Even the silk milk. Milk on the mouth. More missing children. And these guys are absolutely covered, you guessed it, in milk. These were also children on a milk carton. $94,000 reward. More children, you guessed it, on a milk carton. I didn't know Shaq was such an avid milk lover. Is that his mom right there? By the company you keep. It's crazy how Oreo got pulled into this, by the way. By the company that you keep. It's just really weird how all these celebrities have milk on their mouth. Really weird. Bodied by milk? Wasn't she just caught up in a whole bunch of drama? The milk being symbolized in their hair. That's a good one. We could do this for hours. By the way, screenshot these coordinates, but ask no questions.
Wait, I have many questions. Those coordinates are quite interesting. I see that it says Trafico and a few other things that seem to say like help or ayuda. Like they definitely need something. I feel like the story ain't working with that coordinates. Only a few of you guys are going to understand that one. Yes, the milk is a thing. And they've been posting missing children on the milk. And then all of a sudden it all stopped. And now they don't post anything on the milk other than like a small label that's like labeled red, blue, or yellow. And then you pick which one. I go for red all the time. Red milk, real good. Red milk is whole milk, by the way. I don't actually drink red milk. Some of you guys are like, Teddy's drinking like the blood of cows or something. I don't know. I ain't doing that. You stop it. You stop it. Cows are sacred to me. I ain't hurting them. You stop it. Hey. Actually, don't stop it. Hey. Okay, supposedly, if you made it to this point, YouTube says you're a goon, and I need to work on getting you to interact with the video. And the best way I can do that is to make more content. Hey, can you affirm that you like this type of content by interacting with the video and giving us that acknowledgement so that YouTube goes, okay, yes, returning audience known as goons do like these videos and they want to see more, so maybe we should promote this type of content to other people that may have similar interests. And we can only do that if you choose your interaction. If you're enjoying this content, do us a favor, help us out, interact. Thanks.
This is an art installation, and these are live goldfish in blenders. And visitors can press the button to blend the goldfish. This is a reenactment. This is not real. But during this exhibit, 2 goldfish were blended. This was done by the artist Marco Everesti. The name of the piece is called Helena. This was done in 2000 at the Charcoal Museum in Denmark. 10 blenders laid out, 10 goldfish in them. And every visitor had the option to press the button and blend the goldfish. Understandably, this sparked a lot of outrage about the treatment of animals and what is acceptable in art. The museum director had charges pressed against him, but then was acquitted. The ruling said that the fish were not treated cruelly and did not face prolonged suffering. And what was the point of it all? A look at human nature and have the participants question their moral boundaries. 2 people did end up blending the fish, and apparently a number of media representatives egged people on, encouraging the visitors to press the button, trying to incite scandal, and it worked. This type of art piece is typically called shock art, and it's meant to disturb the viewer. And anything can be art, but this is also undoubtedly animal cruelty.
Yeah, 100% animal cruelty. Those fish were taken out of the water and literally put into blenders. You stop it. They got all those metals in that water now, in that blender, and the plastics on the blender, and the glass. Everything's wrong here. Everything's wrong here. Fish were harmed, man. What the hell? The court system should have done something. They were just like, it's just goldfish. They don't care. I actually have fish as well. I would be so sad if someone did this to my fish. Okay, shock art is a thing. Humans are not people that like to do positive things. It seems like there are humans out there that go for the negative things and want to see misery. It is sad. It is sad.
Have you guys seen automated demand grocery pricing?
No.
On-demand pricing. So the theory is that, so you go to a fast food and it's lunchtime and there's a lot of people in line. So what they're going to do is raise prices so it can deter the line. And then when it's really slow, like about 3 o'clock in the afternoon, prices are going to be cheaper. So it encourage people to come, but there's no constant prices. It's just regulated on-demand pricing. But now they're moving it on into the grocery stores.
So these are the new digital price screens.
So they got rid of the price tags.
So the whole goal of these is to adjust the prices on the items as they become more in demand. So for example,
or something.
Right now these are 90 cents.
It's 90 cents.
Let's say around 6 o'clock or during the busier time, these will go up to $1. They'll fluctuate based off of demand. So
and you get to watch some ads while you're
these are connected to the Wi-Fi and to the registers. Once the inventory on these items become low, the prices will start to shoot up to $1.20. They're gonna start incorporating all these all over. Yeah, so it's pretty crazy. I'll come back later on in the day, and you'll see this go up and down in price. You'll see it go as low as like 89 cents.
Yeah, this literally sounds like George. And I'm not talking about the Curious One, Orwell, Rittenbacher.
Oh man, I thought he was talking about Curious George and he was going to put that Mandela effect of whether Curious George had a tail or not. In my universe, in my timeline, he never had a tail. But in some universes and timelines, he had a tail. It don't make sense. Don't make sense. Sorry, George Orwell. Oh yeah. Yeah, 100%, 100%. So surge pricing, similar to like what Uber does, right? When, hey, there's a lot of demand and not as many drivers. Hey, you got to pay more in order to get the service. Yeah, it seems like it's coming everywhere. Fast food places, now grocery stores. What's next? Gas stations? What's next? What's next?
I don't really know why everyone looks up to celebrities, so I'm gonna spill some tea. I was at a coffee shop in Los Angeles where all the celebrities live, and there was a very notable one, let's just say somebody who used to be married to somebody who used to be married to J-Lo, and she was sitting in the coffee shop with all her children, but she wasn't actually like sitting with them. She was at a table with her friend and she was sitting away from her children. The children were with the nanny, but when she saw the paparazzi roll up to start to take pictures, she sent her nanny out the back door. She grabbed all her children's hands and she walked out the front door. Watch what you see. It's not real.
Okay, yeah, I mean, I can understand why a celebrity would do that because the paparazzi is crazy out there. You know, they're looking for all that negativeness. Hey, anything they can slander, hey, they know it'll sell. So I'm assuming the celebrity had to do this. Otherwise, you know, she walks out with the nanny. Oh, that's it. At least the nanny's still getting paid. It'd be worse if the nanny wasn't getting paid and having to do all this, you know? Oh boy. Oh boy. And why is this girl judging what they're doing? Hey, we already know they're all fake. We already know it's all CULT out there, that they're all doing those demon rituals. It's a thing. They crazy out there.
Have you seen the video of the little girl crying because she was the only one in her class not invited to a birthday party? Check it out.
How did you know that you didn't get invited?
You told me.
We knew that you didn't get invited to birthday party. Well, that's not nice.
That Sydney isn't invited. That's the only person in our class that's not gonna get invited.
She said that?
But everyone else is invited.
I'm sorry. Because I'm sad for you, because that's not nice. That's not how we treat other people, right?
Yes.
And you're so beautiful and you're so kind, okay? It has nothing to do with you and everything to do with them, okay?
And this little girl looks like she's maybe in kindergarten, first grade, and for little girls to be so purposeful and excluding another person from their classroom, yo, what has happened to the youth? Like, what? Honestly, be so...
This is different. This is different than what we normally cover, but I've been getting these crazy, like, parenthood type things. And, you know, I can see both ways. Yes, it's sad, and yes, the kid probably should have invited them and not done, you know, this definitely upsets and causes issues. We're definitely in a culture where everyone's so accepting and everyone needs to have a participation award. Everyone needs to be invited to everything, and you can't exclude everybody. But at the same time, maybe this is a learning moment. You go, hey, you know, the people that don't invite you, those aren't your friends, and not everyone's going out there is friendly, and not everyone's going to invite you to things. You know, I'm probably going to go through this with Kyra. Maybe there'll be parties that she's not going to get invited to, and I'll have to go. I'm not going to go to the people and be like, hey, go invite my daughter to do all these. That just seems crazy as well, you know? Ain't going to instigate. Now, next time Kyra has a party, that kid's not coming. Same thing. What comes around goes around. But at the same time, just because it goes around, I'm like, maybe I will still invite that kid just so they know. Just so they know you don't hold that. You invite everybody. Oh boy, it'll be interesting when I go through this. What do I do?
There's an ancient ruin beneath the city of Boston. And I'm not talking about some temple or fortress or whatever. I'm talking about the Boylston Street fish weir. Around 5,000 years ago, on an ancient shoreline that would become downtown Boston, indigenous peoples began to build giant fish traps out of wooden stakes, known as weirs, that would ensnare fish during their annual spawning runs. Here you can see how it works. Fish get caught in this kill zone where
Looks a
it's
bit like a
easier
penis.
to nab them with a spear. Anyway, when they were excavating Boston subway tunnels in the early 1900s, workers stumbled across hundreds of these wooden stakes that made up the ancient structures. Wow. Subsequent archaeological investigations revealed 65,000 of these wooden stakes in a massive 5-acre complex 10 meters beneath Boylston Street. Researchers found that construction of these weirs persisted for countless generations across thousands of years prior to European colonization. Today, an annual celebration of the fish weirs is held on the Boston Common by the Mashpee Wampanoag and Massachusetts tribal nations.
Never heard of this.
And below ground in Boylston Station, you can read a series of informative posters about the weirs as you wait for your train.
Fish weirs. Wow.
Did you know that the ancient Incas successfully performed skull surgery?
I had heard
This
this.
surgical procedure known as
Before we start talking about ancient head surgery, can we just take a moment to just fully appreciate that we live in a world with anesthetic? Because I myself, I've had like 5 or 6 operations in my life, some of them on my head. I literally have a scar at the back here where they drilled into my skull and removed a lot of bone, and I am so eternally grateful that I live it now and not back then, because head surgery in 500 BC, no, not happening. Absolutely not. Well, but it did.
was most often performed on adult males likely to treat injuries suffered during combat. Remains found in Cusco dating to about 400 BCE show that this surgical technique was standardized.
You would not want to
and
be the test dummy on that.
over time. Many of the oldest skulls show no evidence of bone healing following the operation, suggesting that the procedure was probably fatal. But by the 1400s,
I know, it's a very scary subject, Obi, I know, but we're all going to be fine. We're fine. Back to the holes in the skulls.
90%, and infection levels were very low. During the Civil War, by comparison, the mortality rate for skull surgery was between 46
Well,
and 50%.
you're more likely going to die than be saved, but at least there's a chance, you know what I mean? I'll take it.
Yeah, I feel like if I was in those times too, I would take it. But the real question is, were they really like doing like, you know, futuristic surgeries back in the ancient times? Or was it really, you know, the old school tools like rock and chisel type thing in order to break the bones and get into the things and fix the things? Oh boy, we don't know what kind of medicine. We just assume. We assume they could have had all these things, and we don't know. We don't know. I like the first one. I never knew that about Boston. I'm from that area, and I'm like, what the hell? I never knew that they found like fish weirs there. I'm like, I've never even heard of this ever. Sounds crazy. Now they have cruises going out of Boston. It's wild. It's wild. You can just take a cruise right out of Boston. Used to be like, oh, you just went there to go like whale watching, and now it's like full cruises. Just like New York, you can go full cruises. Maybe I go to the Caribbean. We got to figure it out.
I definitely would not have seen this story if I didn't go on TikTok. It happened this year, or I think the end of 2024, I believe. You definitely know this story. So, yes, bro, this actually happened in Arizona at this place called Bikini Beans Coffee.
I've never heard of this place a day.
Okay, yeah, it's like an Arizona thing, I guess. I don't know if there's any out here, but it's pretty much like a Hooters for coffee, though.
Wow, really?
Yeah, literally, yes.
The Gooners!
Yes, like, see, you see
I
what
know
I'm saying?
exactly what you're
Dude,
talking
I
about.
knew you were going to go, and you know what I'm talking about. Apparently, it was this guy named Nautica Malone, and he was, I think, 27 years old. One day, bro ends up pulling up to the drive-thru of the Bikini Beans coffee place, and the manager goes to the front. The dude pulls up to the other side. She goes over there, and she already got her camera out. And this is the infamous video everybody's seen online. He's sitting there in a Mustang or something like that without his pants on. He's like Porky Pigging it, bro. I'm
Yeah.
talking about Winnie the Pooh in it.
Yeah.
He got no pants on, just his shirt. And you see it on camera, and she goes,
You need to leave. Unacceptable.
after his video went viral over that weekend, this dude ended up committing suicide. I guess after he ended up doing that, bro, the Bikini Beans and Coffee, they ended up getting like hatred from his family.
Really?
His family came, and I guess they went to the establishment and was actually tripping, saying like, basically, y'all him. Like, dude,
like
RIG But all I'm saying is this.
Rest in goon. No, for real.
Oh boy. And goons, there is another definition for gooning and being a goon. And, there's always words that can have multiple meanings. For me, being a goon is someone that likes to explore, someone that has awakened, someone that can look at things in a different perspective, that 50-50. But the word has transformed in some urban dictionaries, and it has changed. And definitely when it comes to adult entertainment, there are situations where there are rules and regulations that are put in place, and when people aren't following that norm of that entertainment that they put in, and I know it's not entertainment, I know it's a coffee shop, but at the same time, the way that they're portraying themselves and the people that are working there, you go, hey, people may not understand, and they may take it to the extreme, which this guy did. And RIG. All right. I not gonna say don't stop gooning, but at the same time, not in public. What the hell? Man, this better not be a freaking country doing this. We don't. No. This is horrible propaganda. Like, they literally have the what appears to be an African American giant puppet in the Statue of Liberty's headdress and chained and in an orange jumpsuit standing on the American flag. And I'm like, yo, we didn't disrespect you in that fashion. Why you got to do that to us? Why are shots being fired? And then people are going to tell me about all the wars and economical things that started this. And then I'm going to say, okay, now everything makes sense. We were the culprits in the first place. But did we deserve this?
So this building is where the devil lives. Don't believe me? It's a black building, black windows, and it's the Pfizer building. Anyway, we look here, it would look like it's inhabited all the way up, but it's actually only inhabited to about here. This is just a brick wall covered by a black window facade to look like it's bigger and more successful than it actually is. This is the last inhabitable floor right there. Everything else is a broken down, ugly, two-tone brick wall.
Okay, I did not know that they did, what was this, like, hey, your sword's bigger than my sword type thing? Is this like a fight that the architects did back in the day to get the tallest building so that they could say they're the most successful? Like, what was really going on? Or is this building a cover-up of an older building that they then be built over and on top of, like many other stories we've heard, and then the real things are in the building's innards, and we need to go into these uninhabited floors and really see the things? I have so many questions. Only time will tell. We're going to have to go on a goon expedition yet again and go to all the places and confirm for ourselves. Antarctica's on the list.
Guys, take a look at this video. Look how the hieroglyphics react differently under the flashlight compared to the other hieroglyphics. Take a look.
Okay.
Now, is there an unknown reason why these hieroglyphics are shown up differently under the flashlight compared to the other ones? Anybody got an explanation about this? Share me in the comments. Peace.
Bro, I don't have an explanation, but I have many theories. I'm like, bro, like, is this some kind of new, like, light energy that we haven't completely understood, similar to, like, cymatics and how it does acoustical vibrations and energy? Oh my God, what can that light energy do? Now all those doors that appear to go nowhere, it's like, do we just need to shine the right light and then boom, the doors open and then we can go through the portals? Is that what's going on? Is the light the key? Are there many keys? I just want to know.
Now what the hell going on here, America? Looks like we got another pyramid in Pennsylvania. Check this out. Ooh-wee.
Global family, this is the Pennsylvania pyramid covered in dirt. America is Egypt. I'm Newbie Wine.
Okay, yeah, I mean, we have found hills that we have said are also man-made and stuff, so yeah, maybe this is a hill that was once a pyramid that has been covered up. Yeah, could be. You don't know. Chichen Itza, before they uncovered it was Chichen Itza, was all forest, they said, and they had to excavate in order to show us what it was, and then they had to do restoration, so that way we can look at, like, at least 2 or 3 sides that appear better than, like, the sides that they don't show us, which is just, like, completely deteriorated. It's a thing. It's a thing. Look into these ancient artifacts. They can only survive so long, so it's better to visit them while they're still here before they disappear, because you know they're going to disappear. They always make them disappear.
We have breaking news of an American Airlines flight colliding mid-air with a Black Hawk helicopter. And there's speculation on how this possibly happened. And if you don't already know, there was 60 passengers and 4 crew members on the American Airlines flight, and they believe there was 3 passengers aboard the Black Hawk helicopter. And what we believe right here, that speck that's flying towards the American Airlines flight is the helicopter, and then they collide, and over the river is where all of the debris fell. And what we're looking at here is the radar sources from the air traffic control. Now, it seems to be that there was a broadcast that went out to the American Airlines flight asking it to reroute to a shorter runway. That's why you're seeing this curvature happening here. And the Black Hawk helicopter was believed to be on a training mission. There were reports that weather did not play a factor in the collision, but we can see a rerouting happening. We believe that this could quite possibly be the air traffic controller asking the plane to land on the shorter runway, and the military helicopter being in their way at that point and then colliding. Here we have search and rescue teams looking for the helicopter, which they found upside down in the river. 19 bodies were pulled from the river from the plane, but we do not know their condition as of yet, but I will keep you guys up to date as the story unfolds.
Yeah, RIP to everyone involved. This is sad that a situation like this can arise. It also brings up many more questions. Hey, how does something like this happen? Was it incompetence? Was it hiring mismanagement? How does certain presidents have the questions well before, things have been investigated and coming to conclusions? There's so many questions. Whose fault is this? Is this going to be another thing that's swept under the rug, similar to the Malaysian Airlines incidents or Boeing incidents? Or is this going to be something that we finally fix and we won't have these types of things? I mean, it definitely doesn't happen every day like car accidents, but it is rare. I think this is the first significant one in at least 2 decades or so, they're saying. So, oh boy, this is sad. We're going to do one more.
Okay, this is a fucking crazy glitch in the Matrix. Here's my wife, what she's wearing, and then look at this girl over here. I'm gonna turn around. Like, babe, what the fuck? That girl is dressed just like you. What the fuck, dude? I think you can go fucking talk to that girl. I feel like, what is that? That's your fucking doppelganger.
Bro, is this how you go out there and look at girls and record girls? What your wife says, this is an interesting excuse. You guys don't go recording other people unless, you get their permission. This is just weird and creepy. What if that girl finds this video? What's she going to think of you? Yo, was this guy looking at my... Sorry. What's also interesting? Those leggings that your... wife is wearing, as well as that doppelganger, those are like all the girls wear that shade. It's like it's the thing. They all wear yoga pants and the weird leggings that you can see everything, and you're like, dude, what the hell is this? What the society's going to? And you're like, yep, this is what society's going to. And it's that, the crop tops, the show as much skin as you can. It's because you need to be comfortable. It's hot out here, Teddy. 100%. It very well could be. But do you know about the crazy guys that are out there gooning that make... Sorry. All right. Very, very interesting. Very, very interesting. Hey, do you guys ever come across an incident where you find doppelgangers and you're like, hey, am I in the Matrix and every single one that looks just like me entered the same building at the same time? It's some kind of glitch? It happens, they say. It happens. Yep, the same bald men that are always approaching the same restaurants and sitting in the same booths all in a row, wearing the same shirt and pants. It's a thing. There's evidence. Sorry, I'm still spiraling at the end. I feel like this guy's 100% being shady with the ladies. He's like, oh yeah, this one looks just like my wife. Yeah, you stop it. You can't Zuckerberg your way out of this. You stop it. Well, goons, you made it to the end. Hey, YouTube keeps telling me my videos are going longer and longer. I'm trying to cut it down, but I love talking. I can't stop. Oh boy, gotta go back to shorter form. I'm gonna start. Hey, are you enjoying this content? Well, guess what? You made it to the end. There should be videos on the screen right now. You can click on either one of them to continue the Goon Fix. The one in the middle, you can subscribe. I will see you guys next time. I'm gonna go back to spiraling. Goodbye.
Triple cheese. Wake up.